Hello, folks. Animation Fanatic here. I just got finished watching the most recent episode of one of the most recent last week's episode of The Legend of Korra, episode 8 of season 2. And I'm gonna be back here with the recent episode that's gonna be airing, as soon as it airs and I get it over here. But anyway, wow, this is a pretty interesting episode. I actually liked it more than last week's. I think it really upped the stakes. It explained a lot, and yet it explained everything really fast. A lot was thrown at you very quickly, especially for a 22-minute show. It's a lot to take in, and I wonder if I even missed everything, but the basic gist is Juan's gotta help restore balance because Vatu, the evil spirit, is out causing chaos, causing the other spirits to fight with humans, and Rava, the good spirit, is trying to stop him. So Juan gets the different elements from the different lion turtles, learns how to use them, and then tries to keep the firebenders and the spirits from fighting. Then he goes to the spirit portal to fight Vatu, and they have this big fight. And he's got to do it before the harmonic convergence because now I kind of miss what happened because that's sort of like the gateway between the spirit world or dark world or the Rava's got to stop Vatu at that point or whatever. I don't know. They were at the portals and like we know, the portals are in the North and South Poles. Anyway, Juan combines with Rava, and they manage to defeat Vatu, and Juan locks him away and seals the door and sends the spirits back into their own world. Now this is very interesting because Korra's uncle wanted to open the doors, and if the harmonic convergence happens, who knows, maybe Vatu will get out and cause more chaos, and maybe that's why the spirits are attacking. I'm not too sure. But anyway, so that's the stakes, and it ends with Korra waking up, getting her own air bison, and going to try to close the portals and stop everything and bring peace. I'd like to. I can't wait to see how Korra has fully reacted to what she saw, because as she saw here, the Avatar's job is not to take sides. It is to restore balance. It is to bring peace between the different groups and the different people. And Juan tries to do that. In the end, he tries to stop different people from fighting, and he actually dies on the battlefield. And that's why the Avatar keeps getting reincarnated. The Avatar is the force of good, which has to fight back against the forces of chaos, be they human or spirit. And that's what I really liked about this. I liked the blending of the spirit, the mythology of the Avatar, the spiritual world, and the human world. It was a very cool blend. And I just excited to see this in the new steampunk technological world that Korra lives in. But it's a very cool mix, be it whatever era it happens in. And this was a very cool episode for just how much it explained, and it also had good action. It had good, this wasn't a funny episode, but it still had good action. It had a good story, and I really enjoyed this episode a lot. I have to dare say I liked it better than the one before it, which was sort of an introduction to our characters, and then this was the final explanation of a lot of things. So, like I said, there's not much I can really say other than this was a very good episode. This was a very cool episode. The artwork was very interesting. It was interesting how they mixed the usual Avatar artwork to these backgrounds that look very, very different, very interesting. It was just a very cool. It was a very cool looking episode. It was a very cool episode in general, and it was entertaining. And yeah, I wouldn't call it one of my favorites, but I would call it a very good episode. Unlike the previous one, which wasn't one of my favorites. It wasn't bad. I don't think any episode of The Legend of Korra or any episode of Avatar I've seen has actually been bad, but it just wasn't my favorite. Unlike certain people. But anyway, I can't wait to watch this weekend's episode. I will be coming back with a review of last week's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episode about squirrels. We'll see.